If you're not into grindy games, this is not the game for you. If you're not into figuring out how things work and not having someone hand it all to you on a silver platter, this is not the game for you. If you cannot adapt to changes that happen in the game or that the developer decides to implement and gives you news about it, don't play this game. So there's a lot of shit to figure it out here. The UI, everybody complains about the UI of every game. No UI is perfect. I just seen a few videos from quote prominent elite dangerous YouTubers. I don't want to name any names. Complaining about the UI, complaining about this, complaining about that, berating the game all the fucking time while monetizing YouTube videos about the game they're just pretty much just fucking rubbing their ass with. They're literally wiping their ass with the fucking game on YouTube every time they put out a video. It's not even like, hey, look, this needs that, this needs. It's not constructive criticism anymore that these people are putting. It's just straight up trolling the developer and always finding the negative on the game instead of all the positives that they keep adding and the positive changes that keep happening on the bugs that they keep fixing and all that shit. None of that is ever seen. All that is seen, it's the small, not so small, some small others drawbacks as far as UI, gameplay, all that bullshit. I find it hypocritical to make money off a video game you just gonna throw on the floor every time. Alright? I don't think that's correct. I mean, you do you, buddy. But I think you're a hater. I think you're so hateful that you have to spew hate about things you love in order to feel good about yourself. For example, you love the fucking game because you're playing it all day, every day. But you don't play it to have fun on it. At least not anymore. And if you do, you're hiding it very well. All I see is video after video of people just, not really liking the game, talking shit about the game. Well, if you're talking shit about the game, leave the game. If you don't like the game, just leave it. I played EVE Online for 10 years. If you want to see a fucked up UI and fucked up changes and nerfs that nobody asked for and shit like that, go play EVE Online. It went from an amazing MMO to a pay to win. You go ahead and do that while paying $19 a month to play it. Alright, so the fact that these people give you a full working game, not like Star Citizen where you can't even 1v1 anyone before the game crashes. The minute you shoot each other, that's it, it's over. You could just run missions and even those get fucking bugged out. So that one doesn't count. What other game does what Elite does? Tell me one. Exactly. So look at it this way. Tell me one game, no matter how fucked the footwork, the space legs is in Odyssey. Doesn't matter. Alright. Just tell me one game that has managed to semi-stably get you from your feet on the ground to another star system and everything in between. Again, none. On the first person view. All this on the first person view. Alright? In Elite, I can have a decent 1v1 with somebody. I can have a decent 1v5. I've had 1v5 and it doesn't crash the game. If I try to do that in Star Citizen, I'm fucked. I'll be lucky to get out of all this here. Portalitaire or whatever it's called. I forgot. I only turned Star Citizen on to realize it's still fucked and turn it right back off. Every time. I download the new patch. I open it up. I play around for about 15 to 20 minutes. Realize that all the garbage that was there from the beginning is still there. But you all got nothing bad to say about that one. Well, there's nothing bad to say about that one. That's a scam. It's obviously a scam. That game has always been a scam. But then you come on Elite, and they give you this 400 billion fucking stars. And then what? And they give you the freedom to do whatever you want. They keep updating you. They only charge you every couple of years. They'll charge you $40 if you're one of those that like to support the developer, because if you want a good fucking game, you need to fucking spend money on the developer, and they're not charging you monthly. All right, and those servers that you are connecting to, you have to get paid for. See, right now, the peak for Elite sales, even for Odyssey, is gone. Right now, they're not making any money. Right now, you gotta pay staff, you gotta pay servers, and all that shit, while making sure you produce good content for your player base, so that they can spend another $50, $60 to carry you for the next 2 years. Alright, some of us who like to support the developer, we buy skins, and we spend our 15, 20 bucks every once in a while on them to, because I want the game to progress. You're not gonna see me putting out a fucking video just berating the developer, berating the programmers, berating the game itself. You're gonna see me point out certain deficiencies, and I'll be like, okay, that one's kind of retarded, guys. Come on, development team, we can do better than this. See, I get that, but when you get someone out there just straight up talking shit about these developers without having a minor fucking clue of what's going on behind the doors, I kind of have to speak out for the developer. I mean, they're not gonna waste their time on these dudes, but they're also not helping me, because your fucking continuous attack on the game is turning people away from the game. So the very thing you think you're trying to fix by talking shit about them, you're breaking it even more, because the less people that join the game, the less money the developer has to continue to change things for you. Whiny ass. No wonder the fucker wears a fucking horse head. Because that's all you're a fucking horse, dude. Like, you have no clue how development works, you have no clue how this shit is going, and you're just talking out of your ass. You're pointing out all the minor details that we know need fixing, they know need fixing, but it's not you're pointing out it's not you're pointing out the problem that's the problem. It's the way you're pointing out the fucking problem. You're driving away people from the game. Like, I used to like your videos, buddy. I unsubscribed from your shit because you're spewing pure hate. Like, it's not even fun to listen to you talk about the game anymore. At all. At all. Because we always sit there. We hear some whiny ass asshole talking shit about a game we spent 8 years supporting a developer, which is basically the best space game right now, first person, that you could actually, it's a full game, released and updated constantly. You go ahead on RSI, on Rubber Space Industries, and try to submit a ticket for a bug, and then have the community vote that bug up and see how long it takes for them to fix it. Now look at FDev. There's a system. find a bug, report the bug, confirm the bug, and then it gets worked on. You have a system for that. There's no other fucking company that does that. And he's still sitting here complaining about minor drawbacks of the fucking new UI in Odyssey. Your problem is that you were used to the old UI and now your muscle memory is all fucked. And you're not good at adapting, apparently. Because, I mean, by the time I spent about a month playing Odyssey, I'm good with the fucking UI. I have no issues finding shit, defining all the metrics in the UI that I need to find around the stars. I agree that we don't have enough bookmarks and stuff like that. Those are minor things that just, it's somebody punching a fucking number in and allocating more memory to that. That's it. That's all there is to it. And those are not things to rant about over and over and over and drive players away from buying the game. The very thing you're trying to avoid, you are instigating it. That's why you're being unfollowed. That's why you've lost like 15,000 fucking followers. I don't know how many followers you've lost, but everybody that I talk to, it's like, oh yeah, no, I don't follow that dude. That dude's pretty hate. Oh no, I don't follow. All he does is fucking talk shit. That's all I get. So like, the video you put out 2 weeks ago, that's the last video of yours I watched, dude. You don't deserve my time on your fucking channel. I see you wearing that fucking horse head all around your fucking town with your ass out for money. Because once nobody listens to your bullshit about Elite, you really have nothing else to talk about. Because if you notice, you've made a living about talking about this game. You've made a living around talking about this game. And with that kind of hate, shame on the people that follow you with that hate. I guess they are like you. You know, I, in my opinion, wouldn't do that destructively. I would do that constructively. If I'm gonna criticize harshly or strongly, not harshly, strongly, I'm gonna do it constructively. At least suggest fucking ideas. Don't just sit there and whine and complain like a bitch. Suggest something, dude. Go ahead. Suggest something. Something worth a damn, because anything that comes out of your mouth is fucking useless anyway. I mean, your videos, your old videos were great. When you were teaching people how to play the game, and you were explaining things about the game, you were great. You had a great channel, buddy. But as soon as you started berating and talking shit, just because there were changes you didn't like, or that people you think is the majority didn't like, you're fucking mistaken. I liked every fucking change they made. I like that now the UI in between the carrier and the station is uniform at least. I like the fucking big old icons with no names on it. They're fucking self-explanatory. They're even made for controller use. As you click through them, the text appears for what it is: outfitting, maintenance, livery, you know, shit like that. So I don't see where the video you put out 2 weeks ago, I don't see any of the fucking whining that you're doing about it, about the UI. I don't see it. Like I said, it took me about a month to get the muscle memory into the GUI and figure it out what was different between Horizon and Odyssey. And I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I found that after muscle memory settles in, it is actually easier to define different metrics on the new map than it is on the old map. It's just that you use the old map since Elite came out. and that's all you know, and that's it's ingrained in your head. So now it's very different. All these icons that don't have no names. Oh my god. Well, roll over them, you fucktard, so that you could see the fucking name. Oh my god. Like, the more I go on about this guy, the more he pisses me off. That's why I unsubscribe from this shit. And I suggest anyone that follows him, stop listening to the fucking hate. Like, if you're listening to that shit and you believe the crap that he's talking about, you might as well quit the game. Quit the game. Apparently that's what he wants you to do. He wants the Galaxy for himself and something. Fucking idiot, bro. And that's all I got to say about that guy. Let's go get some materials. There was a bug yesterday with update 10 that was I don't know if it was the update or I don't know if it was a